What's up everyone, my name is Joey and in today's video we will be discussing the play-to-earn game called Domi Online. And yes, you're right, we already made a video about Domi Online. I wanted to react on a couple of videos that they launched previously. First of all, we're gonna watch a trailer or a development update, I should say, about March. And I just want to go through it with you guys and see how amazing this game actually is. And the second video I wanted to react on is about the CEO himself. So he made a video and he basically explains his vision and his concept on why he wanted to start the game first of all, and then second of all what the whole idea is behind this project and game. So really exciting, really interesting guys, and it really gets me very hyped up. So let's dive straight into it guys. We begin with the March development update. Before I start this video, the alpha launch is starting in Q3 2022, so that's soon already guys. So hop in that Discord if you're also excited about the project so you can enjoy the alpha state of the game, because it is still very early access for this game, so bear in mind with that. But you know, let's just dive straight into it guys. I will start the video from the beginning. So here we can clearly see what is going on, right guys? Like I stated before in my first video regarding Domi Online, I really get a vanilla World of Warcraft vibe from this game. And most likely the CEO played World of Warcraft himself too. I think he talked a little bit about it in the second video we're gonna watch. We could clearly see the basic fundamentals going on inside a MMORPG. We see a backpack like an inventory. We see a currency like gold, silver, bronze. And down below we can also see a couple of different skills that are class based, because there are different classes to be played within Domi Online, and we can, you know, see a little bit of different skills and different variety going on within their skills. And on the bottom left we can see some usual UI stuff. On the top left we can clearly see the character and its level with the HP and mana, and on the right top side we can see the map. So really basic layout, really basically the fundamentals of an MMORPG. And overall the graphics look like the vanilla WoW. If you played World of Warcraft yourself, it will probably resemble a lot, and that's only a good thing guys in my personal opinion. So let's take a further look. Now here we can clearly see a little bit of the map area, and it seems vast guys, which is a very good thing because I really like big maps. It's just personally something that I like. The only thing that I notice, it's only grass biome it seems now. Finish sculpting the full mainland terrain, subject to change. Hopefully it will, because you know, I would love to see some snow biomes, some desert biomes. This is clearly a desert biome I believe. Some forest or jungle biome, like different biomes will be exciting for players to explore. Okay guys, but it looks vast, it looks very big, and that's a good thing. See a major city right here. Ranger class, again guys, with different type of skills below there. Let's see some type of town, a kitty, also nice, right guys? Different gear pieces. Now, character customization is always huge in MMORPGs, right, guys? Because you want to create, you know, whatever you want to immerse yourself in, okay, guys? So I always make very funny characters, like very small and fat, or very thin and long, or whatever. You know, I basically always search the extreme of character customization. It's something that I find joy in, but others take it very seriously and really try to characterize themselves or how they perceive or how they would perceive themselves in a medieval era. Okay, guys, so character customization is very important, but what we can see so far is very shallow, but yet again, it's very alpha stage. Okay, guys, it's very early, but it is a little bit shallow for now. We could see some combat going on here. Added more enemy types, basic combat loop finished. We could see some different skills. Now, as an alpha footage, this is incredible already, guys. Now, you might think like, what do you mean incredible? It looks like a game that launched in 2003, which is true. to a certain extent, but it's alpha footage, guys. Like many other projects out there that state that they are in their alpha or even beta footage doesn't really have this type of quality going on yet, guys. If you look, for example, I remember when I was following up on the development of StarCraft 2, they showed like very early stages of the game. I think there are still some pictures that you can find on Google, like StarCraft 2 early development state or something like that. It looks very bare bones, okay, guys, because they were still working on the fundamentals, they were still working on building the foundation, and then after that they will, work on graphic design, more in-depth shadow, lightning work, and all that shittery-bass, okay, guys, because it's way more important for the fundamentals and for the foundation to work properly, and that's the approach that I would like to see. So therefore, I'm really happy that they're like experimenting with, hey, this is how our UI design should be, this is how our UI layout should be done, the overall graphics, like this is the approach and this is the way that we are going towards, and that we will branch out further on later in the time, okay, guys. They're already experimenting with different type of skills, combat. It's just really something that I would like to see, because I can clearly see that they're building the foundation, and that is very important to me personally. And this is basically what I mean, okay, guys, because they are working on the foundation, so she is casting some type of magic spell, okay, guys. It really still looks bare bones, but that's basically what it should be as an alpha footage, because this is basically the skeleton, and I am absolutely certain that within a year or 2 years, this skill will look totally different, okay, guys. They will implement more effects, more lightning, more particles and sparkles, which will make this skill look way better than it looks now, okay, guys. Here we can see a different biome. That's cool. A dragon. Some type of an island. Here you can also see that they are slowly but steadily adding in more dynamic and dimension to their map design, their graphics, their weather system, etc, etc. So that's a good thing, guys. Oh, some snow. Awesome. Different seasons, always a nice thing too. Would be cool if it was a dynamic, like a real world weather system. That would be cool.
Right, so now you got to see that.
Some caves. And this is also something that I really, really, really like, guys. It's the same with Sword. I absolutely love it when they're showing us. I will mute the video real quick so you can hear me better. I really love it when they're showing us sketches and how the sketches are being developed into 3D assets and actually being realized within the game environment. That is really what I like to see, because that just proves that the game and the people working behind this project are serious, because they are showing us the whole process. They don't hide themselves behind these marketing terminologies or these fake promises. No, they're just, hey, this is our project, we're working on it. Oh, we're working on it, and this is what we already have. So I really like that. Now, the second video I wanted to react on is about the CEO that is, giving his idea and his concept about the game. Okay, guys, very interesting in my personal opinion. So we can see a little bit of game again in the intro. Everything in this video is actual game footage from the latest Domi Online build, okay? So it's still early, but it's the latest build. I really get the World of Warcraft vibe, like the vanilla, which is a very good thing, guys. Regenerate mana while offline by sleeping in your house. Supported by ERC721 tokens and as in NFTs. So we can only assume that, housing and real estate is going to be a important aspect within Domi Online, which is a good thing. And I would also like to see how that is going to be played out. Okay, guys, because mana regen, what does it actually mean? Okay, guys, I mean, do I need to recharge my mana just like I would recharge my Tesla every single day? How long do I need to wait in order for me to be able to play again? That would be something that I would be interested in, because I would not be happy if I would need to wait 24 hours in order to be able to play again. That would be very bad in my personal opinion. But if it's like a social hub area, what is going on, I would like, for example, would love to see a bar where people come and gather together to recharge their mana, have a few beers, chat around, and hop on their journey when their mana is being replenished. I think that would be really cool. But a housing where you're standing there in your house, you're waiting for your mana to be built up. I think it could be a little bit more interesting, like I stated before, because the thing that made Vanilla WoW so interesting is that it was maybe the first time that people were able to really immerse themselves in a 3D virtual environment that was called World of Warcraft. Okay, guys, because I think what was so special and people are still nostalgic about that game is the fact that you get it around. I remember the first time that I played World of Warcraft Vanilla back in the days, like a very long time ago. I remember just sitting there at a campfire with multiple people surrounded the campfire and just chatting. Okay, guys, it was such a nice experience, and I would love to see those aspects being brought into Domi Online. So I think, like, for example, regenerate mana could be a little bit more interesting than just standing into your house and then that's it. Okay, guys, but still, yet again, it's just assuming on how things are gonna be for me currently, because we don't really know for now.
Hi, my name is Pelake and I'm the CEO
Okay, so this is the CEO, guys, Pelike.
of
Let's see
Domi
what he has
Online.
to say.
Most people know me for my acting or my YouTube channel, or for having made music for popular franchises like Magic the Gathering, Power Rangers, Path of Exile, League of Legends, etc.
Now, that in itself is already huge, okay, guys, because he knows clearly what it takes to work for big, big firms and companies like Magic the Gathering and League of Legends. Like, this guy has worked for very famous, important IPs, intellectual properties, and that in itself is already very promising to me personally, because he just know how the industry works, okay, guys. He understands how these corporate functions, and later in this video, he will also tell a little bit about his own inspirations about gaming, World of Warcraft, etc., etc.
However, a few of my followers will also know that several years ago I started working on game development as well. The footage you just saw is the latest build of Domi Online, an MMORPG I've been working on the game design for 2 years now. It has no level cap, no skill cap, and PvP and death has major consequences.
So what he said there was really interesting, and I'm really curious how that is going to develop and be realized, okay, guys, because no level cap, what does that actually mean? Like unlimited amount of levels? Like, for example, I don't know the level cap in World of Warcraft currently, I believe it's 120. Correct me if I'm wrong. For example, in Runescape, a certain skill level cap is like 99. But what happens if that is unlimited, okay, guys? So if you play more, you will be more stronger and more powerful. That is basically the concept, what I'm getting for Domi Online. Now, first of all, that will be very interesting, but I would also be very curious how that is going to be played out, okay, guys? Because if you're early to the party, you basically have the best benefits, because if you're early, for example, you start from day one, you have a way better advantage than someone that would come check out the game a year post to the first day launch, okay, guys? Now, this could create a little bit of a gap between new players and veteran players, which I would be very curious how that would be played out, okay, guys, because there will be this vast guilds I could just imagine that are doing these dungeons and raids, and they only want the best of the best players, so they are seeking for very high level players, okay, guys. But if you're just starting, like, there's absolutely no way for you to keep up with the guys that started a year before you, or even 2 or 3 years before you, okay, guys. So that will be creating a huge gap between basically the elite that are playing each and every single day and that are level 9000 between a level 60 or 70, if that makes any sense. So I would be really curious how that is going to be played out and how that is going to be scaled in the long term, because if you're new, I want to be able to catch up a little bit, so I don't feel like I missed out on a lot of content that the players before me already experienced, if that makes any sense. I want to be able to have the feeling that I can be one of those strong guys one day, okay, guys? So hopefully there is going to be some sort of a system. I just really am curious how that is going to be played out.
It's sort of the game that I always wanted to play but couldn't find. It has old school mechanics for leveling and skill systems, but with modern graphics and user interface. I've been silent about this for a long time, but I've assembled a team of fantastic developers and fantastic 3D modelers that I've met through my life. The lead developer has years of experience from the world's largest free MMORPG, Runescape. The 3D modelers have helped me on everything I've done 3D in the past. It's basically a super team.
This is also very interesting, guys, because he basically states that he has been under the radar for like 2 years working on his gaming project. That is something that I really like to hear. It's like music to my ears, because that proves me that these guys are serious and passionate game developers, and that is what I am seriously looking after as an investor, guys, because there are so many projects out there, and I like, if you have seen a couple of my videos on my YouTube channel, you know exactly what I mean, guys. There are these projects that are like, hey, NFT is booming currently, every single ridiculous NFT currently on the market is being sold, we need to make NFTs right now too, guys, because we are missing out on these amazing amount of dollars. So therefore the next day they have a website launched. A week post to that they already have like the second NFT sale going on. Meanwhile, there's not even a game yet, okay, guys? Not even an alpha state. There's not even design going on. There's not even a early prototype of that game out there, okay, for us to see. No, they're already selling their NFTs. They're already selling their loot boxes. Meanwhile, yeah, guys, it's just an idea yet. You know, we will see if we will develop the game. We will see how that is going to turn out to be. But this project is doing it differently, guys. They were on purposely silent about the game for 2 years and then went into the open when they felt comfortable enough to show what their vision and their concept is. Really interesting, guys, and I really like that approach.
The cool thing about Domi Online is, first of all, the no level cap, no skill cap, so you can actually become incredibly powerful and your time is valuable. So
that only contributes to the idea, right? So I get it. Like, you want people that are spending a lot of time into your game to be rewarded in some sort of way. Okay, guys, I understand that perspective, but I still would like to see how that is going to be played out and what the gap is going to be, because there are a lot of people that have a lot of free time, especially when you're a little bit younger. But as you grow older, you know, you have more important stuff to in your life going on as well. You know, you don't want to be feeling missed out on the other player that is like 24/7 online. Meanwhile, you have work going on, you have a girlfriend to maintain or a wife, you have children maybe walking around in your house. So I really would like to see, like, it's a little bit of a concern, and also it's something that I would like to see played out and how that is going to be. Basically, it's an
always
interesting,
annoyed
unique
me when I
aspect,
would
though.
put in, let's say, 20 hours into World of Warcraft Vanilla. I even had to go to the
Per day.
ER because my feet swollen up because I played so much. I'm a hardcore gamer. So
His feet swollen up because he played so much. Just like, this game is this guy is a hardcore gamer, which is, again, guys, it's a good thing, because a gamer know what it takes to develop a good game. So the sentence that he said before, like, hey, I wanted to play this game that I had in my mind, but I couldn't find it anywhere else, so I just made it my own. I just made my own game that I would love to play myself. And those are basically, like, even in other industries, it's a key to success, guys, because, you know, he's not focused by money, he's not focused by greed, he's not focused by selling these loot boxes, microtransactions, and NFTs to you guys. No, he's just a passionate, nerdy gamer just like me that just wants to create his dream game, okay, guys? And he would love to see other players playing in his idea, basically, in his universe, in his Domi Online. And yeah, it's just something that is really inspiring to see.
what annoys me is when you put in thousands of hours, they put out a new expansion, and then your level and your items are just worthless. I hate that. So what I wanted to do is have a similar game to modern day MMORPGs, where people can never take away your levels, your skills. It can never be worthless. Now, I've worked on projects in the past where everybody's been hyped about a promise of something, and the reason I've been so silent about this and haven't told anyone about the team or about the game or anything is because I wanted to actually have a build to show. so that when everybody sees this, they see that, wow, it's actually true. It's not just a promise about something that might happen.
And this is the biggest difference between all the other projects that I'm reviewing on my channel, guys. Like, there are a few gems. Like I stated again, we have to go through the trash in order to find these gems. So therefore, on my channel, there's only a handful of gems, guys. But that's totally fine because gems are gems and will be worth quite a lot in the long term. But that is the difference. They went under the radar. They didn't, bragged about it or trying to sell the idea. No, they already want to show you guys what is actually going on.
The build
Really,
you saw
really,
now is
really
fully
nice.
playable, and we have a roadmap which I can post right here to show you when the game was.
That is an issue. I've stated that in my first video about Domi Online. You are a MMORPG in an alpha state, so you're very early stage. So your roadmap needs to consist of at least bare minimum 2023, what we can expect in 2023. And yeah, as an MMORPG, you also need to list 2024 and 2025 and maybe even 2026 because there's years to go ahead with your development. Okay, guys, I was disappointed seeing this roadmap because it goes only to Q3 2022. That is not sufficient at all, guys. They really need to update the roadmap because I would like to learn and see that they are really confident about the long term and that they already have a very clear vision on the couple years ahead of development. So yeah, a little bit of a
Fully ready.
disappointment
As a
for the
person
roadmap.
with thousands and thousands of hours in MMORPGs, I do believe there are several things that ruin good games, like for instance flying mounts will avoid that, or a lot of things. And one thing that definitely ruins all games is if it's pay to win. So we are definitely avoiding
Pay to
any
win.
kind of pay to win system. However, the game will have a play to earn factor. Now, by far the most important factor in Domi Online that determines your health pool, your mana.
I wanted to discuss the pay to win factor a little bit, guys, because in my opinion, pay to win is able to coexist in gaming if you do it right, okay, guys? Because many of these pay to win games, basically what you have is a player and a game or corporation or business, okay, guys? Now, many of these pay to win aspects is a transaction between these two parties. So it's between the player and the game itself. So the game is selling the player like loot boxes, weapons, gear, or whatever that might be, but it's a transaction between the company and the player, which in that universe, in that transaction, I think it's, not a good idea and it ruins the game. But if it's between a player and another player, I don't see the issue really. Like, yeah, in essence, it's still pay to win because if I have a lot of money and, for example, I start, let's say Domi Online has a system where, real world trading is allowed between players and players. Let's say I start tomorrow with Domi Online and I have big pockets. I can basically purchase the best of the best gear out there, but that is absolutely fine because the transaction is between me and another player that already has done the hours within that game. I don't purchase the items from the game itself. So there is a difference between a pay to win dimension or whatever you might want to call it. I believe that pay to win between players can coexist, to be very honest with you guys, because if I can't put in the hours, if I can't invest thousands of hours like the other player already did, then I could buy it or buy certain items from that player, and that player will again be rewarded for the hours that he put inside the game. You see what the triangle that is going on? I think that is totally, totally fine. And that would give a lot of freedom to the players as well. Because if I invest thousands of hours inside the game and I do all these dungeons and difficult raids and I obtain these very, very rare items, I want to be able to sell these items, guys. Because hey, I obtain these, I put these hours into the game in order to harvest or to farm these type of items. And I want to be able to sell them too because they are rare. A lot of other people are not able to put in the hours that I have put in to obtain these certain items. So I want to be able to sell them for a good price, okay? I want to be able to do that because that gives a lot of freedom to me as a player, for example. I really would like to see that, guys. And the reason, and the sole reason why that is illegal in many of the traditional games, because it is illegal to buy items from another player with real cash, for example, in World of Warcraft and all the other games, the sole reason why that is illegal is because the company can't sell you that item anymore because you already bought it from another player. So you excluded their profit, if that makes any sense. Because, for example, if you bought a certain weapon from another player, now the game company is not able to sell you the loot boxes anymore where you could have a potential on obtaining that weapon, if that makes any sense. So again, I believe that pay to win is acceptable if it's a transaction between player and player and the player has been given the freedom to do so. Okay, I think that is totally fine. I hope Domi Online will do this, I really hope that Domi Online will just give all the freedom to the player and have all the gear assets and, you know, weapon assets be like NFTs. Okay, I really would like to see that, because the last thing that I would like to see in Domi Online is a in-game store and microtransactions or loot boxes. I really hope that they will not do that. Of course, they need some type of monetization, and I believe that can be solved through skins or a in-game token, whereas you need to, you know, pay a token fee in order to trade with other people. Okay, guys. Now there are different solutions to that.
Your damage output, etc., is your level and your skill levels. For instance, higher magic level, higher sword skill level, and a higher overall level gives you more of those properties. And there is no way you can ever buy that. You have to put in the time, and it gets increasingly more difficult to get to a higher level, both with skills and with levels. Now when a rare item drops, maybe it has a 0.01% drop chance from a Reaper, for instance. That item, those rare items, are NFTs. So when that item drops, you can use it in game, but you also own the NFT, so you can trade that NFT
Perfect. Again, guys, music to my ears.
with other players. In addition to that, we also have player housing. They're very scarce.
So I still would I like, this sounds like a genuine ethical gamer in my opinion. Okay, guys, I don't believe that this guy will allow in-game microtransactions. Whereas, you know, if a rare weapon NFT drops, they can sell it towards another player. That is totally fine. But we also have an in-game store where you can buy the exact same weapon. I don't think that will be happening in Domi Online, guys. So that's an absolutely good thing,
You have different
in
size
my
houses
personal
in Domi
opinion.
Capital or Milaville or any of the other cities in this massive world. Houses allow you to sleep when you're offline, which so you can regenerate health and mana, which is a very scarce resource in the game. Now, in addition to NFTs,
So that is interesting. So mana is a scarce resource in the game. Now that is very interesting. Maybe that's, you know, maybe that's going to be branched out within a monetization system, whereas you can buy mana pots in order to keep on playing. But I would really like to see how that is going to be played out. You know, like I stated before, I would prefer a social hub area like bars and, you know, maybe some in-game music events within a bar, like in this old-fashioned medieval era style. That will be fun. You can have a few beers, you can, you know, have a drunk mechanic going on, and everyone is just enjoying the medieval music, medieval live music that is being played in the bar somewhere. Okay, guys, like that would create some immersiveness that I would really love to see. And then combine it with replenishing your mana. I think that would be really cool. Maybe it's just cool in my imagination, and when you actually execute it, it wouldn't be as fun or as immersive. But that's just something that I would envision to be. Okay, guys, because sleeping in your house, we will have to see how that is going to be turned out.
supporting the houses and gear. There will also be Domi tokens given to the top guilds and the top players on leaderboards every season in Domi Online for each server. Now,
That's also good, guys, because there is a Domi token for, you know, we don't really know how and where we can spend these tokens, but basically you will have very competitive guilds and factions going around competing for this token. So that's a very good thing, guys. I
hope you're
really like
excited
that
about Domi
aspect.
Online. I hope to see you on the servers when the game is ready. I believe in this game so much, and I can't wait to play it myself. I actually took money out of my savings account to pay to finish this first milestone so I could show you what we built and what we're gonna improve on, instead of saying this is what I want to build. So I'm super excited. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in Domi Online, Alpha Ready, Q3 2022.
Q3 2022 is where the alpha stage and alpha launch is ready for you guys to play as well. So really be there, guys. I'll be there. Definitely, 100%. Can you shut up? I will definitely be there playing the game, guys, because it's just something that is so interesting to me personally. This guy is either extremely intelligent and know exactly what he has to say, or it's really a genuine gaming nerdy guy that I'm looking after, because he says all the things that I like. Like I stated before, if you watched a couple of my previous videos, you know the difference between a passionate, dedicated team that is working on a game or a team that is just a bunch of grad students that see like, oh my god, like look at these NFTs being sold each and every single day. We need to jump on that bandwagon because we need to drive Ferraris and drink champagne tomorrow. Okay, there's this clear difference between teams, and Domi Online definitely is this passionate, dedicated team that that are just passionate nerds, guys, just passionate gamers that want to make the perfect game. So really exciting project, guys. Yet again, I'll definitely be making more videos about and regard Domi Online, because I'm so excited and so hyped regard this project, guys. Like, we have seen so much trash and so much shit on the NFT gaming blockchain space already, so it's such a fresh breath air to see Domi Online, guys. Really exciting project. Links of the project will be down below in the description, guys. I hope you liked the video. Anyway, because you always need to do your own research. Remember, guys, be a leader in this space and do not be a sheep. Peace out.